Hello, it's Marlena. Thank you so much for tuning in to how to keep your relationship healthy during difficult times. So when there are challenges ahead, when there are challenges you experience in your everyday life or on a global level, our relationships can take a hit. Now, to avoid that happening, there are 3 things that really help me in my life, in my relationships, during difficult times and challenging times, as well as normal, peaceful times, that I would like to share with you, because I think it will also help you to improve your relationship or keep it healthy, whichever way that works for you. So the first one is, and is sometimes a little bit paradoxical, but it is about self-care. Your relationship thrives when you know how to take care of yourself, and you do that. The second we put the responsibility for our self-care onto our partner, things will go downhill, okay? Your partner is not your parent. They are not responsible to take care of you. As an adult, I am always responsible to take care of myself. I'm responsible for my self-care, and my partner is responsible for theirs. So that is something that is a truth, right? We would like other people to do these things for us. We would like to feel like, I don't have to worry about that, the other person is going to take care of me. That will lead to a very one-sided and unhealthy relationship. You take on a parent-child dynamic where one overperforms and the other one underperforms, and it will lead to a lot of resentment, a lot of disrespect, and it just kind of creates a negative cycle in your relationship. So it's something you have to avoid. Therefore, especially when times are challenging, you need to focus on taking care of yourself, and however you do that. So that is something for you to explore and to practice. There is no perfect way. The way you take care of yourself will change depending on what's happening for you, how you change as a human being, how you develop, how you grow. That is all okay. It's just knowing that it's your responsibility helps you to refrain from blaming your partner when you're in a bad mood, for example. And I know that is something we all like to do. So, I'm in a bad mood, and it's so easy for me to think, what did you do? Or what didn't you do? Why am I feeling like this? Okay, that's normal. It's what we do. But the second you catch yourself, think, what do I need to do for myself? What do I need in this moment? Try and understand what's going on for you so you can respond to that in healthy ways. Then if you need support from your partner, ask for it. Don't demand it. Don't expect it. Don't think that they're going to just guess what's going on for you. Express it in a considerate and respectful way, by saying, I'm feeling like this and I think I need this. Would you be able to help me with it? If you feel a bit lonely, you feel a bit vulnerable, say that, and that, maybe a hug would help, and ask if they would hug you. Ask if they would spend time with you. Ask if they'd go for a walk with you. Play a game together, whatever. Express yourself, okay? And that is coincidentally a program just setting up. It's about expressing yourself in relationships, having difficult conversations. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know, and I can get you some more information, because I'm really excited about it. I've had lots of feedback on it, but it is really important to do in our relationships to keep them healthy, to improve them, to create and develop more intimacy. So the next thing is kind of linked. It links the self-care with the relationship, and it's boundaries. Now, boundaries sounds like, boundaries, that's nothing good for a relationship. That's just going to create a lot of conflict. Boundaries, as I use them and see them, are tools for connection. Without boundaries, it's a free-for-all, and disrespect will reign, because you don't communicate what's okay for you and what isn't. The other person doesn't know, can't guess is wrong, whatever. You will feel disrespected. They will feel disrespected because you're kind of feeling resentful or angry or disappointed in them, and it just creates another negative cycle in your relationship. So setting boundaries is all about expressing yourself, telling the other person what is okay for you, what isn't, telling them what you want, what you don't want, so that they have an idea on how to behave and respond to you. It just helps everyone be more honest and more open about what's good and what isn't. So that's why I see boundaries as a tool for connection, because if everything's kind of clear cut and you know where you're at with each other, you can be more intimate, because you can trust the other person to represent themselves while you're representing yourself. Again, it's a skill, it's a practice, especially if you've struggled with boundaries previously. It is a skill in its own right. Something we discuss in the membership area that you're very welcome to join, because we question ourselves, we doubt ourselves. Is that something I should want? Is that something I should need? Can I ask for that? Am I being selfish? All of that comes in and makes it more difficult, but I guess that's a topic for another video. It's about maintaining the boundaries, and saying, for example, I know we are kind of stuck at home for some time. For example, that can be a very challenging situation. We're going to have to spend a lot of time together, but I still need my space, and it is not a reflection on you. It doesn't mean anything negative about you. It's just that as an adult, I need to have some alone time. I need to have some space. How can we make that happen in a way that works for you and for me? So it becomes very clear. It's just very practical and very down to earth, where you say, this is what I need. It doesn't mean anything bad. How can we make it happen? Can you support me with it? And then you get your needs met. You take care of yourself. You feel better. You're a better partner to be with. And you're creating a positive relationship cycle. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Then the next part, when we kind of take care of ourselves, we're feeling okay, we're feeling good. We're not blaming our partner for moods that go up and down, which is also normal. So don't worry if that's something you experience. That's something we all experience. We're not like in the middle feeling neutral and happy. It's like, yeah, it goes like this and sometimes like that, and that's all okay. But it's not necessarily your partner's fault. It's just a reflection of your state of mind, of what's going on for you, of how you respond and interpret external circumstances. The next part is possible when we practice self-care and have set and maintain healthy boundaries. And that's about creating emotional connection with our partner. Now, that is a huge topic. It's what I'm really passionate about. It's the thing we all crave, but the thing no one really taught us how to do. So it's a process, and if you have a partner who is willing to grow and develop as a person individually and as a couple, that's great, because you can figure out how you can increase and maybe create emotional intimacy for the first time in your life. What that means is that you take time to be with each other and be present. So that means no distractions. Don't do don't be on your phones while sitting next to each other. That's not going to lead to emotional connection. You have to actually be there. And it doesn't mean that you're going to have intellectual conversations or debates. Definitely not. It's just, what can you do together while being present in this moment? So if you're in your home, can you do something creative? I remember a time in my life when my partner and I did sock monkeys. And that was fun, we were never kind of finished it. I don't think we sewed the tails on, but it was something to do together. Some people like gardening together, going for walks together can be good. Yes, there are some distractions on the outside, but you can still focus your attention on the other person, be present in that moment. And that means you avoid getting distracted by phones, calls, news stories, scary stories, future worries. Like, you have to stay out of your mind to be present. And then you have to learn to respond to each other in loving and encouraging ways, where you respond well to each other's bids for connection. And then how do you engage in that moment? That's, I guess, when loads of people are challenged, because it's like, it's just me and them, and what do we do? And that's when you create emotional intimacy. Excuse me. when it's just you and them, and you get to be there and connect, and there's nothing else you need to do, and you can, at first you might not feel relaxed, but you get to a point where you feel more relaxed than you ever felt before in your life. Don't stress if that doesn't happen immediately. It's a practice, and it gets better the more you practice. So just focus on that. Think of things you can do together that are different, out of the ordinary, that you both enjoy, or try something new together. And then engage within that activity, respond to each other. Do that together. That can take the edge off, and I guess the last step of emotional intimacy, where it's just you and them, you can reserve that for another time. But for now, practice being present, connect with each other, and engaging in something meaningful for both of you, or something fun, something light, something silly. You could watch, what I did with my children was we watched yoga challenges, and we did that together, and that was so much fun. It was just silly, and it was light. There's nothing stopping you from creating that within your relationship. Get creative. Do something fun. Give yourself a break. Give you and your partner a break. Let the relationship breathe. I think that is how you create and maintain a healthy relationship, even during challenging times, even in difficult situations. So I hope you find that useful. If you've got any questions, let me know. Join my membership area if you want to have more information on how to improve your relationships. Even if you've struggled in the past, that is not an issue. Going forward, you can have healthy relationships. You can get the love you need. I'm living proof of that, and I'd love to show you how to do it. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Enjoy your relationship, and see you soon. Bye-bye.